Hey everyone, Piano Man Chuck here. Now, every year I attend the NAMM show, and this year NAMM 2014 being no exception. And being a pianist and a recording engineer, of course, those are the two things that I go for at the show. That's what I look at first and foremost, but my heart is in piano. So that's what I check out first. And what I love about that show is I get to play creme de la creme pianos from all over the world. Schimmel, Bechstein, Yamaha Concert Series, Bosendorfer, and Fazioli, which I really love, and of course Ravenscroft. So after playing all these pianos, and I do this every year, but Fazioli is one of my favorites. And after playing that Fazioli over at the NAMM show, which is just so crystal clear and pure, the action's pretty good, and that's a hard act to follow. And right after I played that, and this is also known in the software world of virtual pianos as the Italian Grand. So if you see virtual pianos, you'll see the Italian Grand, or you'll see it called by its name, Fazioli. And the people that put together these programs, these virtual pianos, they mic the Fazioli, they sample it, and each company that puts out a virtual piano of Fazioli is going to sound different. So, anyway, that's just a side note. That's neither here nor there right now, but we'll come back to that and we'll tell you why this is important. So after I play the Fazioli, I walk over to the Ravenscroft booth. And I played it every year, and it's a great piano. But this year they unveiled the Ravenscroft 275 9-foot concert grand series. That was a dream. Oh my God, the way that sounded, that was just so great. It just melted me. The control I had of the action gave me such control. I was so grateful for that. I could get lost in that all day long. Not to mention how beautiful that voice was and how deep that bass was. As a matter of fact, this is a Ravenscroft right now, a digital representation of that. I'm going to get into that in a minute. But they've got this Ravenscroft 275 9-foot acoustic grand concert series. Like I just said, I was playing that, and I was in heaven. The sound, the action, the control. It just, as a pianist, that's a dream. It's like I died and went to heaven. But this company did something more. They had the guts to put a digital representation of that right next to the acoustic stuff. So you could walk just a couple feet over and go and sit down at the digital implementation of that, which consisted of a VPC1 from Kawai and the Ravenscroft 275 virtual piano from VI Labs. So again, sheer and utter amazement that they actually put these two side by side, acoustic and the digital version of it. I mean, talk about blurring the lines between analog and digital. They really did that. Now, if you see my previous videos, you'll know that I like to do comparisons and demos and that kind of thing, but actually in one of them I started to say that they used a Kawai VPC1, but I kind of caught myself and didn't quite say that. And the reason I didn't say that is because it was no ordinary Kawai VPC1. It was actually modified to more closely emulate the action of a real Ravenscroft 275. Now, Michael Spreeman is the owner, builder, designer, engineer, architect, whatever you want to call him, the chief. He's actually a certified piano technician. He's been doing this all his life. He's a perfectionist, settles for nothing but the best. Actually, in his Ravenscroft 275 acoustic pianos, he uses nothing but the best parts and titanium strings, tolerances that are just, wow, how do you achieve the tolerances that he has? And to put a digital representation of that right next to that, that takes guts. It's never been done before. I've never seen it in all the years that I've been going to NAMM, and I was really impressed. Now, about the VPC1 being modified, let me put that aside for a second and talk about the sounds, the voice of that. Michael Spreeman, together with VI Labs, which actually painstakingly sampled each and every key on here, and they've done it multiple ways. They've had mic positions in the close position, which is how I would mic a piano, and they had 3 other positions too. You know, they had side, they had player, they had room, and they put that together in their virtual piano software, so you had control of each 4 of those different mics. You could mix and match and all that kind of thing. But the important thing is, Michael Spreeman, being the owner, designer, builder, architect, made sure that he preserved the sound of that piano with the Ravenscroft 275 virtual piano. Now, if you go back to the beginning of this video, you saw me say that Fazioli virtual piano samples, different companies have sampled that, and whichever virtual piano software you've been using, Fazioli, Italian Grand, whatever they want to call it, it's even built into some of the pianos that are not virtual software, but it's actually part of the piano, like the Nord Stage 2. Some implementations are better than others, but again, the owner, Michael Spreeman of Ravenscroft, together with VI Labs, did the digital sampling to make sure that nothing but the purest and finest of the Ravenscroft was actually captured in the digital realm. You can't find that anywhere else. Not Fazioli, not Steinway, not Bosendorfer, not Bechstein, not Schimmel, not any of the others where the owners actually participated and made sure this sound was preserved and just basically preserved to the best that it could possibly be. Okay, that being the case, they took this a step further. Never mind that you can buy the Ravenscroft 275 from VI Labs for $199, which is a great implementation of this piano. Never mind that. There's a second part to that. There's the action. And like I said, it was a Kawai VPC1. And the reason I hesitated to say that many videos ago right after NAMM was because it was not a stock Kawai VPC1. Now, the modification, Michael Spreeman has come up with a way to modify a Kawai VPC1 such that it more closely emulates the action of a real Ravenscroft 275. And he's done such a fine job with this, and because he is a certified piano technician, Kawai has actually authorized him to do these modifications to the VPC1 in such a way that it does not invalidate the warranty on the VPC1. So, a modified VPC1 that Michael Spreeman has done is actually still under warranty by both Kawai and Michael Spreeman. Now, instead of calling this Michael Spreeman from now on, because this is actually a new company, it's called Ravenworks-Design. Ravenworks-Design is the digital version of Ravenscroft pianos, which is the acoustic version. Now, Ravenscroft pianos being $275,000 for the Model 275, I don't have that kind of money. Most people I know don't have that kind of money. But for a fraction of that price, you can come really close to having that in your own studio. It's just amazing how close you can come to that. You start off with, of course, the Ravenscroft 275 virtual piano software from VI Labs that was painstakingly sampled by both VI Labs and Michael Spreeman, and it sounds great. I mean, here's the bottom end on that is so great. Anyway, to modify a VPC1 so that it's more like the action of a real Ravenscroft 275 acoustic 9-foot concert grand piano, they go through a series of steps like they would with a real acoustic grand piano to change the action or modify it on there. Now, what they do, it's not an improvement of the stock Kawai VPC1 because for people like me, I love the stock VPC1, even though it's got a modifiable velocity curve editor where you can change the velocity or touch sensitivity to your own particular liking. What Michael Spreeman has done with his new Ravenworks-Design company is he's taken a stock VPC1 and he goes through this whole process. Now, let me show you some pictures of some actual VPC1s that go through this modification of his. So the first thing he does things like action analysis, and he does a way off, a key by key replacement of friction point materials, key regulation, optimized action. Some materials are replaced. They drill and insert weights. Key dip is regulated. First to last key detail. It's just amazing because the Kawai VPC1, there's nothing like it in the world. It's the finest piano controller in the world, and so much so that Ravenworks-Design has been able to take that and modify the action so that it more closely resembles the Ravenscroft 275. Now, this is not considered an improvement to the stock VPC1, but more so a modification that more closely resembles the action to match the software and the feel for the Ravenscroft 275. So it doesn't stop there. I mean, they can actually modify the case with case design. They can do custom graphic art, logos. They have simulated finishes and all that kind of stuff. So again, Ravenworks-Design is an authorized dealer. It won't void your warranty. For those who actually want to have that feel, that action that resembles the Ravenscroft 275 acoustic grand, contact Ravenworks-Design, Michael Spreeman or his son Andrew Spreeman. They'll be happy to answer your questions. And if you look, this is such a new company, the digital version of the Ravenscroft, that they haven't put together the website yet as of this video. They are working on that. So check the description below this video, and I'll update that with links to Ravenworks-Design as well as other contact information. Pricing, you'll need to talk to them about it. And if you have a VPC1 already, talk to them. Maybe they might be able to mod yours as well. So that's what I wanted to point out here. It's just so exciting that an actual owner, builder, designer, certified piano technician, a perfectionist, nothing but the finest works for him, could be able to craft something out of digital equipment to make that Ravenscroft experience come true for you in the digital realm for a fraction of the price of the real 9-foot Ravenscroft concert grand. So hopefully this has been informative to you. Piano Man Chuck, Peace out. Thanks for watching.